And all of us say amen. Psalm says, I called on the Lord all night long. And sometimes you have to call on him all night long. And even when he does not answer your all night long prayer, his delay is certainly not his denial. Because sometimes, I remember my grandmother used to say that he may not come when you want him. But somebody ought to hit me here. He's always on time. I want to thank these preachers and pastors who are here today in support of Deacon Morton. And I was looking for his road, I want to say road dog. What? Oh, Lord, that must I've been sitting there when I say my way. Woo. Amen. That's a thorn in Jarrod's flesh. Ooh, right there. And listen, talking about calling on the Lord all night long, listen, I want you to know that ever since Jay stood and gave his episode, his experience with the Lord and the call, he's been calling on the Lord all night long. Sometimes not all night, sometimes all day. And the hour has come that his calling will be made sure. I would that you would stand on your feet and receive our preaching for this occasion. And if you would, I want you to elevate your right hand and say along with me, Reverend Morton, preach. Reverend Morton, give us what the Lord has given you. Let us receive with a great big amen. I pray for this time. None other than Reverend Jarrod, the unbroken Morton.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Give none of my pastors, and other ministers on the pulpit, and you, my brothers and sisters in Christ. I'm a little, excuse me, I'm a little nervous. As many times I've spoken to a church, it's a little different. And this is my first time, that's my first service. I think when I'm getting ready to do it will be appropriate. I need the Lord to guide me every day. me to come before men and women and preach what you give me to say, say, Father, Lord, as you know that I'm a little nervous, Lord, but I know there's nothing that I can't do that if I don't put it in your hands, it won't be done. Lord, but I come to you right now, Lord, to say, if I get too fast, Lord, to slow me down. If I start going off, so put me back on track, Lord, just let your will be done. It's my prayer. Lord, when we come out here on this side, Lord, I ask that when we return home, everything is just as we left it. In Jesus, I pray this prayer. Amen. If you have your Bibles, I'll be reading from the King James Version. It's the book of Luke, chapter 16. That's Luke 16. Where's my brother? That's the New Testament. That's the final New Testament. And that's Luke 16, verse 22 and 23.
Right.
Starting at verse 22 again, starts and it says, and it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels in Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried, and in hell lift up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar, and Lazarus in his bosom. And it came to pass that the beggar died, and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried, and in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, seeing Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. Is it a custom to, if I was to give this sermon a title, I would call it The Wrong Reservation. You guys may be seated. Now the story of Lazarus and the rich man, as it's labeled in my Bible, starts at verse 19 actually. And I'm going to get to 19 today, but it's going to be 19 through 31 if you get a chance to go home and you read over that. But as my pastor would say on Sunday mornings, I'm going to drop anchor at the 22nd verse and 23rd. But again, I do encourage you to go back and read those verses 19 through 31. But I'm going to touch on those. The Bible describes the rich man as being clothed in purple and fine linen, carrying sumptuously, which means that he looks expensive. You know, it's believed that his clothes have been purchased and dyed a tyrant dye, which in those times, if you wore the color purple, that means you come from wealth. You have the fine things, you have everything, that's a sign of wealth, with the color purple. If it was in today's time, I would imagine if he was to check his Facebook page, he would probably have his mansion as his profile picture. We go and look at his Instagram video, and he have all the things that he's out doing every day. Let's say if we're in today's times, he would post daily videos on his Instagram story of what he was doing and spending his money on. His Snapchat story would show him eating fine meals, such as at David Anthony's, or hiring a chef from several restaurants to come in. And look at this, man. If we was in today's times, I'd imagine that's how the rich man would be living. Now, the Bible says that Lazarus was laid at the man's gates, meaning someone had to lay him there. Someone brought him there and left him there at the rich man's gate. His friends brought him there and just left him there. At the gate. Now what we realize is sometimes God brings us our assignments. And it is right there in front of us to do what we're supposed to be doing. But our earthly eyes don't allow us to see it. Lazarus is described as being poor and a beggar, who's covered in sores, who just would have been satisfied with eating the crumbs that fell from the man's table. He would have been okay with just getting a little bit of the fine man's meal that just dropped out of his mouth and hit the floor. He would have been okay with just eating that. The company the man had that kept the company that Lazarus had there was a rich man's dog. The dogs would come and lick the sores that Lazarus had on his body. In today's time, how many times we approach people, and because of their outward appearance, we don't even give them this, my grandma would say, the time of day. How many times we approach our people who are going through some hard times and may not look as fine as we look, but we don't give them the time of day. You don't know when God is going to put somebody in your life and what you're supposed to do for those people because of how they look. We don't give them the time of day. As Pastor said, I work, as Deacon Jones said, I work this church as an extra job on Sundays, but we're a police officer, we have the opportunity to go out and make extra money, and it is an approved extra job, Chief. So it's time for me to work. So some Sundays, you know, by us being the oldest church in the neighborhood, we would have people come in who, looking at them through my earthly eyes, I know they don't have no business being in here. You know, I know they're here to, what I would call, not here to do anything, but beg or to cause harm or to cause disruption in the church, looking at it from my earthly eyes. You know, so I would ask them if they, you know, come in and start causing disruption, and ask them to leave. Not spending the time and allowing the fellowship with them and maybe pray for them and ask them what's going on, how can we be of help to you? What can we do? What can the church get from, what can you do to the church and what can the church do for you? You know, that's looking at it through a different set of eyes that we have to dial into sometimes. I'm talking about a set of eyes you go to, eye matters, you go like that. These are the type of eyes you get once you accept the God as your personal Lord and Savior. That's really how to really receive those eyes. Get this off by 8 verses, 22 and 23. And it came to pass that David died, and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also was buried, and in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeing Abraham from afar, and seeing Lazarus from afar in Abraham's bosom.
Oh, yeah.
He was in hell being tormented. Pain. Not a happy place to be in. And when you go home and you read the scripture, you will see that he asked Father Abraham, can Lazarus dip his finger in some water and let the water run down his finger to touch his tongue. This is the coolest alien tongue. But when the rich man had the opportunity to go and be with Lazarus at the gate, when he was still living, he never took that opportunity to go and do it. So again, God puts us in opportunities for a reason to help those people when you can help them. I never shall forget that when I was growing up and learning how to drive, my grandfather would badly struck in and would allow us to unload the scrap metal he got from work that day on the side of the house. Now, when I got home from school, my grandmother allowed me to drive to the corner store. And when I got out of the store, I've been living in school my whole life. I never seen this guy before. When I got out the car, he approached me and said, hey man, big man. I said, hey, what's going on? He said, if you allow me to buy what you're going to buy on my food stamp card and just give me the cash, you know, I have to, you know, get my kids some stuff for in the morning for school. I said, okay, I'm just going to get my chips and soda. I'm all right. I'm driving, so I'm fine with that. Not realizing God had been setting me up for something later on in the week, starting on that Monday again. I never seen this man before. I've drove to this store every day for weeks now to have the opportunity to drive and go get my moon pie and big red soda. And I never saw this guy before. Tuesday, the same thing. I pull up to the store, get out the car. The man approached, hey big man, it's me again. Can I buy your stuff with my food stamp card? I gotta go use your cash to go wash my kids' school clothes. That's not me. I got my moon pie and my big red soda. Wednesday, the exact same thing. I pulled up to the store and I said, hey big man, it's me again. I just need to use your cash money. I get the stuff on the food stamp card. He had something everything he had to do for his children. And again, I'm not looking at what God has set me up for. So again, Friday come along, same thing, see the same guy, but this time in the afternoon, it's time to move my grandfather's truck. So I got 2 driving lessons by myself today. So that Friday afternoon, I brought my Baptist truck and we unloaded it, and I was only going to go to the end of the street, turn the truck around, and come back to the yard. But this time, I decided to go around the block. And when I pulled into a driveway, driveway, I went to back out and I cut my corner too short and over the ditch the truck went. I think my mama knew this. But what I'm saying is, you know, the truck was in the ditch. And I said, okay, I can drove off the truck in the ditch. I said, so I can get the truck out the ditch by myself. I put the truck in neutral. And I get it and I push as hard as I could go, and the truck didn't move. Yeah. I said, come on, man, you got to get this phone. Hey, no need to throw the truck in the ditch. And so I go out again, and I push the truck as hard as I can, and the truck didn't budge. Didn't move at all. I couldn't move it by myself. Nobody was outside at the time. So I thought. And I got back in the truck. I said, Lord, please, help me get this truck out of the truck. I get back out of the truck and I see a guy come out of the house. I said, hey man, you okay? I said, man, I drove this truck to the ditch. I said, just hold on a second. Then I said, another guy come from across the street. I said, man, you okay? And I said, well, I got to get this truck out of the ditch. And all of a sudden, the guy who I've been helping all week long rolled up on a bicycle. And he said, hey, big man, I'm here for you. I can give you this truck out the ditch. So God sets us up on a daily basis. In no time. You don't know what God is putting in front of you to be able to be somebody in a role who the stuff that you're going through now, you can be a help to them toward the end of the road, toward that ride. The rich man had his riches because of God's blessing that he blessed him with. Whether he knew it or not, the rich man had his blessing from the stuff that God has provided him with. You know, it was because of God's blessing that he was able to afford to wear the purple. It was because of God's blessing he was able to eat the fine meals he was eating. Because of God's blessings and the stuff that he set the man up to do, the set him up for things he was able to do is because of God's blessings. Each and every day God blesses us, and some of us, and I can say for myself, don't have the sense enough to say, God, thank you. You know, I remember I could hear my grandmother say, Lord, thank you for just waking me up this morning. And I'm saying, well, he's supposed to go, you gotta go to work. But I didn't realize how deeper than that it was. I can remember hearing my grandmother say, Lord, thank you for keeping me up clothed in my right mind. I said, I remember saying, God, thank you for allowing me to hit by another day. And I said, what are you talking about? But when I met him myself, when I accepted Jesus, my Lord and Savior, I know it is a blessing to be up in the morning. I know it is a blessing to be up and should be clothed in your right mind. restaurant that put a statement out a few weeks ago. And I'm not going to name the restaurant because I don't know who's in here. The restaurant says, the restaurant put a new statement out, a purchase requirement policy. Said there is $100 per person, food and beverage minimum for each person at the table, to ensure that each guest enjoys the total atmosphere. This does not include the tax or the tip. That restaurant is busy every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But you drive by some of our own community churches, and there's enough space in the parking lot to hold any kind of function you want to. We have to go out and we have to bring others to Christ. That's the Christian. That's our Christian job to do. But if you don't see me out doing it, then if you don't see me out doing the works, then I've just lost you. I can tell you all day that I must work the works of Him who sent me while it is day. I can tell you that night is coming when no man can work. But if you're not seeing my works, if you're only hearing me talk about the Word of God but not seeing God work through me, then me talking about it is just me talking. I can tell you the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof the world, and they that dwell therein. For He has founded upon the seas and established upon the floods, and who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord? Or who shall stand in His holy place? Well, I'm going to keep on going because it says, He that hath clean hands and a pure heart, who is not lifted up his soul in the vanity of he shall receive the blessing from the Lord, the righteousness from the God of His salvation. You see, this is the generation of them that seek Him, that seek thy face, O Jacob. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lift up the everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and lift up the everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The host of the Lord of hosts, He is the King of glory. But if you don't see me living that word as the way as much as I talk it, then what I'm doing is in vain. And that's what God wants to do as a Christian. Now, I did it as a Christian, I did it as a deacon, and now as a minister. If I'm not walking the walk that God has put before me to walk, I don't know who I'm going to meet every day on the streets. I don't know who I'm going to walk into my office. I don't know who I'm going to come across all these different roads. But if I'm not doing what God has said up for me to do, then everybody that preach my day is done in vain. We have too many Sunday Christians. We have too many people in the church who are turning people around every day. We have too many people that's lost. But we have people in place that are able to go and guide them, but we have to make sure that we are those people and we're still walking on the track that God has for us to track. We must look after one another and do what we can to help each other. Bringing others to Christ, I must be about my Father's business. I must be about my Father's business. You know, my dad passed away, my biological dad passed away a couple months ago. And that was tough. My bonus family is here with me. I wish you got a little closer, but that's fine. And I've had to take over that role as to what my daddy would have been doing. I make sure that my stepmom Shannon is okay. You know, that's about being my earthly father's business. I make sure that my little brother and sister, if they need anything, or I take Kendall to get a haircut with me every other week or so. And I can see the smile on his face because when we're going to get a haircut, we'll probably stop and get some ice cream or something. But I must be about my father's business. Okay, I'll be not only less of a man, but less of a Christian the way my dad left unexpectedly with not stuff in place if I don't take care of my family. You understand what I'm saying? So God has put me in the opportunity to not only see that, but go through and not only talk about doing, but to do it. And again, I'm not bragging about it, but that's what I must be about my Father's business. But in the Bible, it says that that's not the business He's talking about. He's talking about bringing others to Christ. And He's talking about the things that we must do to lead each other to Christ. So that is my job. not to be confused with my occupation. See, my occupation is what keeps the bills paid. My occupation is what keeps the lights on. My occupation is what keeps my girls happy. My occupation is what allows us to do things that we want to do. My occupation allows me to go out and do things that I want to do. But my job is others to Christ. My job is to go out and lead those back to Christ and give them the resource that they need to ask, what must I do to be saved? You never know when it's going to be your sign. You never know when it's your time who's going to be on the other side of that fence. We can go to your call and say you be up today and down tomorrow. You never know when it's going to be you who has to say, hey, I need a couple dollars to do A, B, C, D. You never know when it's going to be you who might have to go out and ask for help. So you must be about your Father's business while you have the chance to do so. Amen. We have the time now to make the right reservation. Even when we mess up, we can still make the right reservation. We can get the reservation fixed. I can imagine that it was a conversation that went similar to you call it a spiritual restaurant. And it was time to make your reservation. And God says to you, I'm sorry, but because the requirements were not met, we can't see you at this time. But if you let me just travel a little bit down my imagination, my spiritual imagination, and look a little deeper, I'll say it was at that moment that Jesus stepped in. And he said, don't worry about it, I've made room. This restaurant has been under construction for 3 days. It was one night on a hill called Calvary. When I passed across all of the restaurant pictures who want to I passed across down a hill called Calvary so that you have an opportunity to come to this spiritual restaurant. And after they've done the things they've done to me when I got to the hill on Calvary, when they beat me and they were through putting all the things on me and putting the crown on my head and nailed my hands to the cross and they came up and stabbed me in the side. You know, I did all that for the spiritual restaurant. They took me off a borrowed tomb and they took me off the cross and walked me back down to a borrowed tomb and they put me in a borrowed tomb because I only needed it for a couple of days to get the restaurant ready. So I did this in my borrowed tomb and I was there all night Friday night. Get my spiritual restaurant ready. But it was early Sunday morning. But the doors have been open now. It was early Sunday morning. When I was coming to the spiritual restaurant, it was early Sunday morning as the doors are open now. It was early Sunday morning when the doors are open. It was early Sunday morning when I made it happen for you. This road is not going to always be easy. This road is not going to always be as simple as it looks like a lot of times. There's going to be some trials and tribulations. That's promise. There's going to be some hard going. That's promise. There's going to be some tears. That's promise. But to know that to continue to look toward the hills which cometh not help. And not help comes from the Lord. We have to remember that the battle is not always ours. We have to remember that we're going to have to put these things in God's hands. There's some things in life that you're going to have to lay it all on the altar. There's some things in life where you're going to have to turn it over to God. There's some things
it's spiritual. Because I don't know how y'all feel about it, but it's dangerous to leave a worship service before the benediction.
Amen.
Amen. That's not fiction. That's not a short story. That's real. Amen. The benediction is important. And so I'm going to ask these pastors and our moderator to come and stand with me as we present Jarrod Morton with his preaching license. Let me see. Amen. Do you think I ought to pass them on to him?
Yeah.
I don't see enough head shaking and I don't see no waving. Amen. If you really think that he deserves being licensed after what you have heard, what you have seen, and what your hearts have felt. And if you don't mind, stand up on your feet. Now we are all standing in this place, in the presence of an all-wise God. And we're standing here to present to Jarrod his certificate of license. Let me say this license doesn't give him the right to just preach anywhere he wants to preach. It does not give him the right to preach when he wants to preach, because he's still under jurisdiction of his pastor. And his pastor knows where he ought to preach and where he ought not to preach. And so his preaching from other pulpits other than the Greater New Hope Missionary Baptist Church is on zero. But when there is a time and a responsibility for you to preach other than here at Greater New Hope, then the pastor will give you the right to do so. This certificate of license reads this way. This is to certify Jarrod Morton, who has given evidence that God has called him into the gospel ministry. Somebody ought to say amen. Amen. Was licensed to preach the gospel as he may have opportunity and to exercise his gifts in the work of ministry. This is by the Greater New Hope Missionary Baptist Church at 7818 North Main Street, Houston, Texas 77022 on the 18th day of July 2021. This certificate of license is signed by the moderator who's standing to my left, Dr. A.C. James Jefferson Jr. and Pastor Don R. Dixon. We present the license to Jarrod Morton. Thank you, and let me thank you all for your gifts. I also want to present to Jay the offering that was received on today. And I know you got a job. I know you work and all of that, but the money you receive from your job has nothing to do other than the money that comes from those who have been here to witness your first son. We didn't take not one nap. I don't think we did. Bucky was up there. So we present you with this offering. We didn't count it. We don't know how much it is, but it was given by those who were here. Jay, this offering is to help you to buy the necessary books that you need, and whatever else you need to do in the area of ministry. This is our gift to you. Use it wisely and allow God to get the glory. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. While you're standing, let me present again Reverend Jarrod Morton.
You guys may see I want to give you a few remarks. I know my partner over there Spradley is ready to go. He's probably hungry. So I just want to say, I first want to say thank you to God first for allowing me this opportunity to do this. Pastor said I joined this church at age 17, which I did, and there was 3 best friends who saw fit to go around and visit each other's church. Unfortunately, at the time, Willow was the only one with a church home, so we didn't But our other good friend, Justin Evans, he's since passed away due to health issues. He's also a minister. His mother is a minister. He's a member of your church, Linda Manuel. This is your church. Justin and Willow have been best friends since my freshman year in high school, which was in the year 2005. And so I ended up at this church because of Willow. It was something that was input in him that allowed us to come out and fellowship with each other, not only at school, but for him to invite us out to his church. And I never publicly said this to him because he's so big-headed. But I really thank you for that. To see fit that we need to continue to, talk about other things at school besides the girls. And, I'm sorry, we'll talk about other girls and all. Anyway, that's Bullett's wife. I call her my sister who sung the invitational number. I'm glad that God saw fit. See, this is all put in place years ago when God knew that I was going to be able to preach my first sermon on today. They lived abroad. They lived in Japan. They toured the wonderful cities. They lived in New York for a while because of the lovely voice that God had blessed Carissa with. She's been I brag about all my coworkers hear about you all the time. I've been on Broadway, and I probably talked her into a bunch of singing competitions she has no idea she's a part of. But I thank God for that. I want to thank my family, my mom, everyone who's here, those who traveled from the piney hills of East Texas. I have some friends that are not far from it. Jamie and his family is here. They're from the area of Fort Worth, and I thank you guys for coming. I'm not going to try to name everybody here because I can't recognize everyone with the mask on. But you guys have no idea how full my heart is to see you guys out here. My bonus family, my mom and my brother and sister, my other grandmothers in the back. Thank you guys for so much for coming as well. I see my Chester from Baytown is here. A group of people are here with me who has answered a different calling in life. The calling to go out and protect others, to put our lives on the line for other people, to work to serve others. They're here as well. Our crime analyst, Mr. West, is in the back. He's a member of Fallbrook Church. Officer Perry, she's here. Thank you for coming. I see Officer Spradley and his wife is here. My brother Corporal Jones is here. Officer Roberts is here. My Chief of Police is here. Chief King Colbert, who's the Chief of Police for Spring Valley Police Department. All you guys are to talk, please stand up. Stand up. Real quick. Also in the back, Pastor Tolliver, who's Lieutenant Tolliver, Monday through Friday. There's very blessed job, not only to serve people, but to serve the little people, you know, that we serve there at Spring Guys Need. You know, we get to do things with those kids that a lot of times we wouldn't have the opportunity to do, and it's a blessing. I just want to say thank you guys all for coming out. I appreciate you again. I wish I could call everyone name by name, but I can't see you that well with the mask on. But please, if you get a chance, stop by the pulpit when I step down and, you know, shake my hand, let them know you were here. I see my cousin Michael Ruby Joe back there. I see Valencia back there. I do see them. And, you know, I looked at Valencia and Sean earlier, and I was wondering what would Uncle Scooter be doing right now if he was here with us. I was wondering what would Nino, my grandmother, be doing? What would she be saying? What would Papa be doing? He'll have a smirk on his face. I'm sure. My dad's been saying that they were able to see me. But then again, I remember that they were here all along. They saw this in heaven way before I saw it. And I said, thank God for the opportunity. Then I can remember when I joined this church, I took on a lot of other family members who left. I can remember I see Sister Ruth there, Lord sitting right there on the side. I can see her smiling at me. I can see Aunt Freddie sitting over here as well, smiling at me, telling me to come out and give her a kiss on the cheek when I got there. I can see Sister Robinson sitting over here. And after she just finished singing a song from the pews, I can see Sister Ella also sitting behind her. And all those people, even though they're not here physically with us today, they're still sitting here with, I can see Sister Dixon sitting right here. And she'll be winking at me and let me know that she having a bowl of chicken salad in the back. To see all those things, and I just want to say thank God for all you guys who are here with me. My best friends are here, Kelvin and Willa are here, the families here with us, Shaletta and Carissa here. Again, I can just go here and I'll be here all morning, all afternoon and say thank you guys for, you guys will never know what you guys mean to me. My church mom, Sister Houston, I call her Mama Houston, or Sister Kelly, you guys. So again, I can be here all day. I see my Aunt Pat and her daughters are here. Sean, I can be here all day. But I want to say thank you guys for coming out. I really enjoyed it. Don't let this be the only sermon that you guys come and hear me. And just continue to keep us lifted in prayer. Continue to keep our first responders lifted in prayer, our police officers